Hey guys, I am testing this out again. Thank you for your patience with me as I test this stuff out. So this is Lawton, by the way. We're going live on two Facebook accounts and a YouTube account. Now, why is that interesting? Well, back in the old days, you couldn't live stream at all, right? Number one. Number two, you couldn't live stream to multiple places at once. That being said, everybody thinks that you need to live stream to everywhere at once. You're going to get more viewers, more whatever. I don't necessarily think that's true, and here's why. YouTube in and of itself is a whole community, right, of people that just go to YouTube and don't really spend a ton of time, I don't think, on the other platforms. Facebook, so YouTube is still, I think, over a billion videos or a billion hours are watched every day or something on YouTube every day, right? So it is kind of like the bar, right, or the sports bar of the internet. That being said, you can build these audiences on different places, but it just takes time, right? It's one place is not necessarily like the other, or one person doesn't necessarily congregate in both places of Facebook and YouTube, right? Just because YouTube is primarily for watching a bunch of content, Facebook is more for like consuming the chats and stuff. So anyway, if you want to, you could follow me over here, which is my business page. That's like my what used to be called a fan page. Now it's a business page. So that's pretty cool. Now, why would you want to follow me on there? Well, if you are interested in making any kind of money on the internet, offline or online, that's kind of what we do over here. Is we help people simplify complex campaigns. We help people shortcut the sales process from months to weeks to days to hours. And we oftentimes do that without a webinar, which is a traditional sales device on the internet. If you want to sell something up to above $2,000, you'll have a webinar that you invite people to, which is usually a waste of time, um, or a phone call, like a 90-minute, let's hop on the phone for a strategy session or a discovery call where I get all your pain and then maybe try to sell you something expensive. And there's a reason why a lot of that stuff doesn't work anymore, or might not be as effective as it once was. It's just because if you know the pain points of the market and you know the problems and situations that they're in, and you can offer them a clearer way forward than what they're doing now, then they're not going to have a ton of questions, right? It's sort of like, hey, you shouldn't drink bleach, and here's an alternative to that, right? So of course I'm being facetious, but now that being said, if you're selling something above, if you're selling something $500 or below, what you might want to do is start at there it is. Start right here, which is the chilesemail.com. Now, what that is that's going to allow you to get more people to open your emails, which allows you to make more sales in theory, right? Uh, and then you can also use these little templates that we've put together, and we've shown people how major media gets attention and keeps attention. So Cosmo, Men's Health, Vanity Fair, People, Reddit. Like there's ways that people get and keep attention, and it's not about like being scandalous or shady. It's just about like how curiosity works. So if you know how to do that, what we do is we look at the major media publishers whose job it is to get you to go from a grocery store line to picking up a magazine, right? So that's their job. And so we model and mimic those headline templates, and we show you how to do that for like $7 over here at chilesemail.com. If you just type that into your browser now or later on, you should see the little sales letter where I ask you for $7, and then give you a world of value that you can use over and over again. And that doesn't have to necessarily be for email, right? That can be for Facebook, YouTube, titles, descriptions, posts. So use at your discretion there. Guys, let me know if you can actually see this and hear this okay. Let me just see if it's all working. It seems like it is. Um, it does say I'm live, but then there is a delay. So there's a 20-second delay between what I say and what you see, just because of how it is. So that being said, if there's any questions I can answer on copywriting or persuasion or marketing, definitely ask me. I'm here, and for the next 5 minutes, I don't have anything to do. So I'm here on a Friday night. Uh, I don't see any chats come through. But sometimes this is blocked, right? So let me get my iPad here and look and see. Yeah, I don't see. Okay, I'm just looking and making and trying to see if I can find anything, but I don't see anything. So that is cool. But the cool thing about it is like if people do comment, I can like put it on the screen. So that's, we're getting more and more into like a broadcast friendly stuff here, which is interesting to me. And more interesting would be if I actually had guests, that could add to this. So again, chilesemail.com. If you want to actually see more of these videos and you're on my personal profile, then just go to your browser and type in that URL right there. There you go. It's all backwards on the camera for me. Facebook.com/LawtonChiles. It's kind of a strange name, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And then you can click notify me, and then you'll get notified when I go live again. Now, I did want to kind of draw some stuff out. I did have an Apple Pencil and an iPad, but it's not, for some reason, Restream is not letting me bring in the iPad as a device. So that being said, there is always stuff that is that gets annoying like that. Let me see. I'm just looking. Yeah, it's not letting me bring in the iPad. Well, guys, sorry about that. And again, this is still all kind of a work in progress um, because it should be giving me like your comments and stuff. Like, let me open up a new browser and kind of see if I see any comments coming in. That's not. It should be showing up on my software, but for some reason it is not. And that's basically my fault because I don't know enough about the software. You would think it would be easy, right? It's just you're supposed to connect it and it just, you see the comments, but I think it's all set to public too. Um, okay, yeah, 2 minutes ago. See, I see people liking it, but I don't see people commenting. It's just annoying when technology doesn't really work in the way you thought. Anyway, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Okay, I do see this coming through, which is cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're about 20 minutes, and I'll kind of like it. So yeah, we're about 20 minutes into here, and um, yeah, so you can do little things like this, hit the HD button or whatever. So yeah, again, thank you for your patience here. I really appreciate it, and yeah, usually like you can see the comments coming through, but I don't know, it's just interesting. I think again, it takes time to build up these audiences, right? It takes time to, even when you go live, it takes time for the algorithms to tell people that you're live, right? It's not instantaneous, as we would like it to be. So anyway, it is interesting though that we can all have these little broadcast studios. Now it's pretty cool. And again, what kind of setup do I have? Some people have asked me about this. Um, this room is not treated, so it sounds not very good in here. There's no sound dampening, there's no baffling, there's no sound absorption. So when I move to a new place, I'm going to definitely treat this room because then you're not going to have that kind of fluttering. But there is a Elgato light above my head that I can bring in and out. So this is kind of what it looks like. I'll show you what it looks like without the light. So this is with the light off. Um, that's with the light off. So again, you can kind of see um, definitely better with the light, right? But again, I could get two of those and kind of fill out some of the shadows, like right here, right on the other side, sorry, right here on my face, that kind of thing. So it's more evenly spilled against my face. And then you can go into you can mess with the color. So eventually you'll see this is more like daylight, right? And this is just a light that is attached to a pole. So I attach the pole to my desk, and then there's like a soft box that kind of shines down on me, and it works pretty good. The camera I'm using, if anyone wants to know, is a Sony A5100. It's a $400 camera, and now there is a $400 lens on there. So that's not a kit lens; it's a lens I bought. That allows me to get that blurred background. But again, because it's not daytime, you don't see it as well, right? If I move the camera around, you would see it more. But That's what kind of gives me that blurred background, which is kind of cool. And again, but for less than $1,000, I mean, it's pretty good, you know. And I'm hijacked into the Ethernet here. I do not stream over Wi-Fi. So that's kind of how I do it. And then all of the audio you're hearing is from these Bose, unfortunately. I probably will put the shotgun. I have this. I'll show you. Um, so I have a couple of these. One is an industry standard broadcasting. This is a Shure SM57, or no, I'm sorry, SM58, the most widely sold microphone in the world. This is about $100, and you know, Bono, everybody uses these live, right? Then you have the $500, $600 Rode RE20, which is a broadcast standard. And the closer this is to your mouth, uh, the better that it's going to sound, right? You get that proximity effect where it's like, hello, NPR News, right? Um, but the problem is that you have a microphone in your face, right? You have a boom arm and you've got a thing and all this stuff. So, and the problem, and that's the problem is like, this is meant for radio, right? It's not meant, those guys were never really on camera, but now that we're all on camera, you kind of have to balance good sound, like how close to the, you know, how close is the microphone to your mouth? It's going to always sound best if it's close to your, as close to your mouth as you can kind of reasonably be, right? Versus like up here or, you know, so it depends. You can get a shotgun mic and have it out of frame, but if the room is not treated, then all they're going to hear is that room, right? And it's not going to sound good. So that's what we're dealing with here. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. And we will speak soon, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Talk soon.